So good morning everybody and welcome to day 12 of our 28-day challenge. Start your day with movement. All you need today is a mat. No equipment needed today. So we're gonna start on our hands and knees. We're gonna do some wrist work first. So head over to your mat. And we're just gonna go palms on the floor first. Spread those fingers out. Make your fingers as long as possible and you're gonna go index pointed up towards the wall in front of you. And you're just gonna rock forwards and backwards, trying to make sure those fingers stay pushed down into the floor. So I'm pushing myself forwards and backwards with my fingertips. I'm trying to really challenge how far forwards I go. If you've been following along every day, we do a lot of wrist work. You should be seeing some improvement on this. Rocking forwards and backwards. Then we're going to keep our hands in that same position and we're actually going to rock side to side. If you're not feeling a whole lot, you can make your hands go wider, closer together, and then turn that into full circles. So I'm going clockwise right now. Remember, you want to keep those fingertips into the floor and then switch. You're going to go counterclockwise. One more circle. Perfect. Then you're going to go fingers at 3 and 9 o'clock. Same idea, spread those fingers, keep the fingertips into the floor, and then I'm going to push myself from side to side. So if my fingers are at 3 and 9, I'm gently pushing myself from side to side as my other hand resists the movement. I'm trying to keep pushing with my fingertips, but keep them nice and spread out in the floor. You don't want to then crimp your fingers up, so keep them nice and long even though you're trying to push yourself through the floor from side to side. Perfect. Then you're going to turn your hands so that your fingers are pointed towards your knees. Remember, if you can't turn them all the way, you just go whatever angle is doable for you, so it could be 45 degrees. But every time we do wrist work, your goal would be to try to rotate them a little bit further around. We're going to do some circles. Try to sit back as far as you can. Keep those elbows straight and switch. Trying to really shift, having all your weight on one hand and then the other. Perfect. Then you're going to flip your hands around so that the back of your hands is on the floor and you're going to try to make some fists. If you're unable to put both hands on the floor, you can always do this one hand at a time. Remember, you want things to feel good during these sessions, not be painful. So tune in with your body. Go to a range of motion that's possible for you right now. And it might be different than yesterday based on some activities that you did. Perfect. You're going to flip your hands back around. Stay on those hands and knees. We're going to do some cat-cow. So spread those fingertips. You're going to push the floor away. Tuck that tailbone in. Look for your belly button. No shoulder shrug, and then reverse the process. Tailbone up, think about stretching your belly, pull your chest bone apart, look for the ceiling, and tuck the tailbone under, push the floor away, round the back, squeeze that bum. Really try to focus on rounding your low back. Most people have pretty good mobility in their upper back in this movement, but tend to stay stiff through their low backs. And reverse. Tuck the tailbone under, really try to pull your tailbone to the floor, push the floor away from those hands, squeeze the bum, take a nice big deep breath in, and out. And come back to neutral. We're going to thread the needle, so you're going to take your right hand, you're going to rotate up to the ceiling, keep equal weight on both knees, and then slowly bring it down behind your left arm, try to drop that shoulder down towards the floor, and come back up. So as 1, we're going to do 5, rotate up to the ceiling, and rotate down. That's 2. Rotate up to the ceiling, and down. That's 3. Rotate up. Don't forget to keep breathing. This is 4. And 5. And you're gonna switch, so you can take your left hand. Remember, you should always have equal weight on both hips. So as you're rotating your chest bone, you're trying not to lean from side to side. So push your right hand through the floor, rotate that left hand and chest bone up to the ceiling, and then thread the needle behind that right hand. That's 1, 2. Don't forget to breathe. Exhale on the way down. 3. 4. And 5. You're gonna flip onto your butt. And we're gonna do our shoulder extension drill. So you have 2 options. You can either walk your hands back as far as you can, or you put your hands down on the floor and scoot your bum forwards into as much shoulder extension as possible. You're trying to keep your shoulders rolled back and on a hook. So as you go into shoulder extension, try not to let your shoulder kind of dump forward. So keep it up and back on a hook, which might limit your range of motion right now, but you'll thank me later because you're doing things properly. So put the shoulders back and on a hook. Either scoot your bum forward or walk your hands back. And then we're just gonna hang out here. Take some deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. You're gonna walk your hands back in or scoot your bum back. And then we're gonna use that and go into a little bit of a strengthening component of that extension. So keep your feet on the floor, keep your hands on the floor, squeeze your bum, lift the hips. You're working on that same shoulder extension and back down. So that was 1, we're gonna do 5. Squeeze your bum, extend, that's 2. Squeeze your bum up, 3. 2 more. And the last one. Perfect. We're gonna do that same combo one more time, so keep the hands on the floor. Roll the shoulders up and back on a hook. Scoot your bum forward or walk your hands back. Hopefully you have a little bit more range of motion this time around. Take a nice big deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathe in and out. 1 more. Breathe in and out. And bring your hands back. And we're gonna go up into that crab position. So fingertips, if the fingertips pointing behind you is too hard, you could always do fingertips pointing on either side. Place your feet flat on the floor. Squeeze your bum, lift those hips, and back down. That's 1. That's 2. Remember, shoulders are back on a hook. 3. 4. And 5. Perfect. Now we're going to combine those 2 positions together. So we're going to start in a tabletop position or quadruped position, and we're going to lift opposite arm and leg, swing our leg through to end up in our table position or crab position. So if I quickly demo, you're going to start on your hands and knees. You're going to lift your knees off the floor. I'm going to take my right leg, left arm, swing it through, rotate my arm around, squeeze your bum, lift your hips, and then come back and around. So if you're unable to lift both at the same time and make that rotation happen, you're gonna move your leg first and then move your arm. So you can make it into a kind of a 2-piece. So if I move my leg first, then I'm more supported because I have 3 limbs on the floor. Same thing on the way back. Lift my arm up first, then do my leg. So try both versions. Also have fun with this, play around with it, explore movement. We're gonna do 5 per side. Right leg first with left arm. Start in your quadruped position. Lift your knees up, rotate, lift the bum, and come back. That's 1. And switch, lift, and back. That's 2. 3. 4. Last one here. And 5. Come back to the middle, drop those knees, sit back on your heels, take a nice big deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in and out. Perfect. We're going to do a similar combination where it's going to be up into a downward dog. So we're going to warm up our downward dog first. Keep your hands on the floor, hands and knees 90 degrees, toes tucked under, bum up to the ceiling, push the floor away, try to drop those heels. Then you're just going to let yourself sway from side to side. You might feel a little bit of an extra stretch going down your bum and the side of your leg. Make sure you're always taking nice big deep breaths. Come back to neutral. Try to push the floor a little bit further away and come back down. Keep the toes tucked under. Sit back on the toes. Stretch out those toes. While we're here, we're going to do some neck circles. Big, big neck circles. Remember to keep your teeth together, but don't clench. And switch. Beautiful. We're going to do that one more time. So go hands on the floor, bum up in the air, push the floor away. Try to drop those heels and then let yourself sway from side to side. Remember, if you have to bend your knees to be able to get into this full downward dog, that's okay. If it's really a lot of a stretch to just do your regular downward dog, stick to your downward dog, but your sway movement can also be very little. Try to explore that, see what it feels like. Remember, if it's too much or too painful, make it smaller or just stay in the middle. We're also getting comfortable being upside down for a longer period of time. Come back to the middle, bring those knees down, keep the toes tucked under, sit, and neck circles. Teeth stay together. Trying not to move the rest of my body and really trying to isolate my neck movement. And switch. One more. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to go up into a downward dog. We're going to lift our leg up, bend it, let it fall over to the side to stretch out our stomach and quad. And then you're going to bring your leg down and through, just like our previous drill, to go into that tabletop position. So I'll quickly demo and then we'll be able to do it together. So you can go up into your downward dog. So if I start with my left leg, I'm going to bring my left leg up, bend my leg, try to reach for the wall next to me as I try to open up that hip and my abs. Then I'm going to bring my left leg down, swing it all the way through into a deep squat position. Then I'm going to push everything up and go into as much of a bridge as possible and bring everything back down and then come back to your hand and knee position. So that's going to be our flow. Downward dog, straighten out that top leg, lean over to the side, swing the leg through into a deep squat position and then up into a one-arm bridge. All right, let's get going. So we're going to do the same side so you guys can have an idea of what we just did if you're following along with the demo. Start with your hands and knees, go up into your downward dog. Lift that left leg up towards the ceiling, bend it, and then start to let it fall over to the right. You should feel a stretch maybe through your abs, through the front of your hip. Make sure both hands stay on the floor. Bring that leg through. Kind of thread the needle, take your right hand off, have a seat. So both my feet are on the floor, my bum's on the floor, then I'm going to push everything up towards the ceiling, look back, reach back, like if I'm going into a bridge. Bring everything back down and swing through into my hands and knees. Back up to the downward dog. Take a nice big deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Right leg up. Bend, lean over. Just let that leg fall behind you. Leg back up, swing through, lift the left arm, have a seat, to our hand and knee position. That was one per side. We're gonna repeat the sequence to do one more per side. So, start on your hands and knees. We're gonna do our left leg, bump up into our downward dog. Take a nice big deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Left leg up, bend and over. Remember to don't hold your breath. Take some nice big deep breaths. Swing that leg through, have a seat, push up into your bridge. Bring your bum back down, swing through to your hand and knee position, back up into that downward dog. Right leg up, bend, let it fall over. Try to really open up that hip. You might feel a stretch in your quad. You might feel it through your abs. Bring that right leg back up. Thread the needle through. Sit on your bum. Then we're going to bring everything up into our bridge. Bring it back down and swing through back to our hands and knees. This time, sit back on your feet, let your toes tuck under, sit up nice and tall. That was a lot of swirling around, being upside down. For those of you who didn't know, I was a gymnast, so being upside down is super fun to me. So I'm also trying to introduce that fun to some of you guys, to maybe a little bit of a different world. So take the time to just sit back on your heels, take some nice big deep breaths, get reoriented back on the floor. Breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in and out. Beautiful. You're going to sit in a 90-90 position. So front knee at 90 degrees, back knee at 90 degrees, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to try to fold forward, stretch out our glutes a little bit. So you're going to fold forwards, keeping a nice flat back, and come back up. We're going to do 5, and then on our 6th one, we're going to try to push our knee through the floor. So this is number 3 for me. Take your time, get a nice big stretch. 4 and 5. Beautiful. So this time you're gonna bring your chest back down, and I'm trying to push my front knee down through the floor. We're gonna hold for 10 seconds, and then we'll release. See if we can go a little bit of a deeper stretch, and then switch sides. So fold forward, push, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax that leg. Try to relax everything. See if you can fall a little bit deeper into your stretch. And push, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Fall a little bit deeper into your stretch, and come back up and switch sides. So front knee, 90 degrees, back knee, 90 degrees. Sitting up nice and tall to start. Your goal is to try to think about bringing your belly button down to your knee. So not your nose. I don't want to see you round your back. Really think about trying to fold at your hip joint as you fold forwards and come back up. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Beautiful. So you're going to come down into that fold forward position. You're going to try to drive that front knee through the floor for 10 seconds, then we'll fully relax. So come on down. I'm not pushing with my hands. I'm just going to be pushing with that front knee. Push, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax everything. Fall a little bit deeper into your stretch. And push, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Fall a little bit deeper into your stretch, and come back up. Beautiful. We're going to finish in a pike position. So we worked on this one on previous days. So if you were previously unable to pull your toes up in this position, try that today. If you still need support from the wall, go sit up against the wall so you're able to sit up nice and tall. If you have to slightly bend your knees, that's also okay. But should be one of your goals to be able to just sit up nice and tall with your legs straight on the floor. We're gonna do a curl down, hold or stretch for 3 breaths. In for 4, out for 8, and then we'll uncurl ourselves. Remember, when you're taking your nice big deep breaths, your goal is to really expand or move the ribs at the back. So tuck your chin in first, roll down, hold in through your nose. 4, 3, 2, 1, out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. 4, 3, 2, 1, out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In. 4, 3, 2, 1, out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and unroll. Beautiful. Give yourself a little break, shake out your legs. We're going to do that once more. Make sure your chin stays as tucked in as possible, so you're putting your entire nervous system through tension. You might feel a little bit of tightness at the base of your skull. That's okay. That's part of the attachment of your nervous system before it enters your head. Tuck your chin in, roll down, reach. Last one here. Breathe in. 4, 3, 2, 1, out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In. 4, 3, 2, 1. Out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And unroll. Beautiful. Thanks for joining me today for our 20 minutes of movement. If you thought today was challenging, that's okay. Remember, my goal is to always help you guys explore new movement, explore new ranges of motion, and move your body in different ways. So make sure you save this one and try it again if you thought it was fun or challenging, so that you can work on improving it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. for another live 20 minutes of Start Your Day with Movement with me. Have a great day, guys.